Now that 10 a.m. group, when it's a little hotter, makes it a little tougher, but it's been good, been tough.
How important is this time of year?
It's what we build our foundation on, right? Come fourth quarter, and everybody's tired, right? What do you have to fall back on? And your conditioning is the most important part, and we really prioritize our summer strength and conditioning. So right now it's pretty intense, and they're working us pretty hard, pretty important.
I believe Sullen Beef Days are this weekend. This is a big weekend for a few of you guys.
Yes, it is. So there's a Creed concert in Monticello. I'm debating whether or not I make it to Solon or I go up to watch Creed. So we'll see. I don't know. I want to throw, but Jennings. I don't know if he's going to do it or not. So we'll see. We'll see.
As the new offense gets rolling, how has it progressed throughout the summer with everything that's kind of new with Coach Lester?
Yeah. So typically in the past summers we haven't done a whole lot of football work, but this year we've done player leds on Mondays, and then Wednesdays, just a lot of install and things like that. So we're definitely a lot more prepared than we have in the past. And then just everything, a lot of things up front are pretty similar from what they used to be, but then you have a lot of things. I'm sure you guys saw in the spring game, a lot of motions, a lot of this and that, and just started skill guys getting more involved. But right now it's pretty important, if we develop a good foundation now and, we're working and we have skills and drills and really intent with those, come camp on the 31st, we can hit the ground running.
How important is it, with guys like Cade and Brendan, develop that continuity with this new offense during the summertime?
Yeah, I think it's super important, just even that whole quarterback room, right? We got a lot of talented dudes in there, and, they're going to push each other to, they all want to play, right? And, competition breeds excellence, and you got three dudes who are super competitive, and, they want to play. So I think you're going to see a lot of competition in that room, and, a lot of growth in that room as well, right? Cade's a six-year senior. He's played a lot of football games. And you got Brendan, who's played a lot of football games this past year. And Marco's played one too. Marco wants to play, Brendan, wants to start. They all want to play. So like I said, there's a lot of competition in that room, and I'm excited to see how this camp goes and just to see how much they push one another.
How often do you guys work together with the quarterbacks?
Pretty often. So whenever they're out there throwing or doing whatever, we're out there getting snaps too. And we have a bunch of centers right now, so we'll send 2 out to get snaps here and there. Typically, it's a lot the younger guys will go out there and get some, but then Kate and I will make time to go out and get snaps as well, and then I'll get snaps with Marco, Brendan, just to make sure whoever is in the game, they know what it feels like underneath the center. So, yeah.
No jam fingers yet?
No jam fingers yet. Nope. That's in the past. Yeah.
When you say player-led, who's kind of organizing these things that you say maybe didn't happen as much last year?
Yeah, so Cade and then Jay and just a few other guys, we talked about in the past, but, they really set it up. And, he has a whole script and things we're going through. It's not super intense, just because we have strength and conditioning and all that stuff. We're trying to make that our priority, but we're getting out there, we're getting good reps. We're out there for probably 45 minutes, but, we're making sure we're getting something out of it. And then, they'll do a lot more. They'll do 7 on, I think they'll do, and then the O-line will go watch film or something like that. So, we're getting our reps in and then we're getting out.
Is that later in the day, or is it right after your strength? Or how does that work?
Well, since we're doing 2 a week now, we don't do them on Mondays. We just have our scheduled ones, but it was on Mondays right after that third lift.
So for clarification purposes, with when you guys are working with the rest of the offense, is that kind of like a walkthrough kind of situation where you're just going through stuff to see how it feels to the guys? What does that look like?
It's a glorified walkthrough. We're taking live first steps and getting where we need to get to, but then after that we'll settle down. It's glorified walkthrough, I could call it.
How much have you seen Cade really, after what happened last year, injured all year, kind of really want to get into this year and wanting to, make this year special for this team?
I just say it starts with our strength and conditioning and speed work. He just started getting into it a couple weeks ago. You see him out there in the ground, starts winning and, winning the reps with the semis. I think that's just it says a lot to him and his competitive mindset and things like that. He wants to be out there, he wants to win, and, no matter what happens, he's always gonna have knee pain. That's just the way it is, especially in your 60s. He's an old man now. It's just gonna hurt. But the fact that he comes in and day out and wants to compete, that says a lot about him. And I'm really excited for him.
What have been your impressions of Brendan so far? We haven't gotten to talk to him.
Yeah, very very quiet kid, but he comes in, he wants to work. I like him a lot. Pretty athletic dude. Him and Kate go back and forth with winning reps in our strength and conditioning stuff, but hard-working kid, comes in every day, consistent. He's not one of those dudes who's gonna, show up late, miss meetings. Like, he shows up every day. He's kind of what, when you talk about an Iowa Hawkeye, he's kind of embodied that, and he's done a great job so far.
What's kind of the biggest difference for you in terms of going into year 3 now on the offensive line versus year 2?
Yeah, I think with each year you just develop more confidence in your play and whatnot. And I think the camaraderie in the room, just through the roof, right? Like, I played with these guys for 3 years now. Like, I'm confident in like what they can do, and I hope they feel the same way. And especially being center, like, I got to communicate, and they got to know what I'm talking about. And I think that's just the biggest aspect, right? Just over communication and knowing what's going on. And I know how Connor Colby's going to play, and I know how Bo's going to play. Just playing together, that's the biggest thing, especially at center. And I just think, like, coming to this year, like, I have a good grasp on that, and I'm really excited.
Looks like it's been an eventful summer for you off the field as well. So so congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. So now that your part's over, you're just kind of following along. The details of everything.
Yeah, no, it was definitely exciting. My roommate actually did it the week before, so that was pretty cool to see. Yeah, it was definitely exciting. So.
Did that force you to do it? All of a sudden, it's like your girlfriend.
It was kind of. I don't know. We both talked about doing it in the summer, which was kind of funny, and then, I had mine planned first. I will say that, but then, he did it, which is fine. It's pretty funny, but big step for both of us. I was excited for him. He was pretty excited for me. I included him, and asking her and all that stuff. So it was pretty cool.
How important is this?